Alright, hello people tuning in. As you read from the title, this is a fix for the connectivity issue between Pokeball Plus and older, I guess, Android phones that have an issue connecting. Most videos that are out there have the reset button method where you connect uh, to your Bluetooth first before going into your Pokemon Go and then hitting the reset button with paperclip or a pen in order to be able to initiate the sync with the actual game itself. I'll give you a little background on what happened in our situation. I went out and got one of these fancy little Pokeballs, and although I wanted the prize inside, my fiance was excited to use it for Let's Go Eevee and Pokemon Go. On her phone, which I believe is a Galaxy S7, I had problems connecting. And after trying all of the different videos that were on YouTube, we were stuck with the reset method. And it didn't sit well with me because I didn't want to have to lose data or whatever was being erased every time you reset. So I believe I found a way around it. I hope it helps some people out there, and maybe some of you will start using your Pokeball Pluses again. All right, well, let's get into it, and hopefully I don't make a blunder of things. I'm not good at videos or video editing. This is one of my first, so stick with me. Okay. So as you can see here, I'm going to go ahead and prove that her phone has a problem syncing with the Pokeball Plus. I'm going to hit the button once, and I'm going to hit the sync. A lot of people say hit the button twice real fast to get the sync to go. It's another little method that they had on YouTube. Now with my phone, just hitting it once and then double tapping after I hit connect connects to my phone's Bluetooth just fine. Now I am not connected to the phone's Bluetooth yet. I'm just trying it through the app to prove that it doesn't connect, because my phone will do it without having to pre-connect it inside the phone. I know it might be a little bit of a lengthy video, but I want to show you from start to finish so that I kind of understand, and also give you some little disclaimers and tips at the end just in case. Okay, so we did not connect, didn't go through. So what we're going to do is we're going to eject the Pokeball. Always make sure you eject the Pokeball. You're going to go out. Now you do not need to exit the app completely. You can just minimize it. Okay, now what we're going to need to do is you're going to need to go to the Play Store. You're going to need to look up an app called Bluetooth Auto Connect. We're going to install that real quick. Alright. Now that that's installed, we can go ahead and exit out of that because we're not going to need it. Now we're going to need to go into our settings. Go into Bluetooth. In here, we're going to scan for our Pokeball. And there it is. We're going to pair. Now with this particular phone, I'm not sure how it is with other people's phones. Once it pairs, you can see on the left-hand side that it's got an icon. Now this icon, I found out later, means a very specific thing. It means that it's paired as an audio-video device, which means when I hit this sync button again, it just buzzes at me. Nothing happens. So when I go back into Pokemon Go, I can't hit the button to resync it. I'm essentially stuck. So in order to be able to get around this, what we're going to do is we're going to go into that app that we just downloaded, Bluetooth Auto Connect. We're going to allow and allow. Now in here, what I normally do is I go Profiles, and I make sure that input device is connected, and then I go to Devices. Now if you see in Devices, you want to make sure that your Pokeball is detected. And in here, it will tell you what your device is being seen as. If it's an audio device, you need to make sure to unclick that and change it to input device. Then we're going to tap on the outer edge. We're going to go back. Then we're going to hit the top button, Connect, to initiate the connection procedure based on your settings. In fact, I'm going to hit that twice just to make sure. And then we're going to hit the back button to go out. Now, we can go back into our settings. Now, in our settings, as you can see, the icon changed. And it says connected as an input device. Now we know that that program did what it was supposed to. But as you can see, Pokeball still does not light up. So we're going to go into the little options menu here that's on the side, a little purple cogwheel. And in here, it's got a slide for input device. Now you'll notice that if I change this slide, now I can actually use the sync. So we're going to minimize this. We're going to go back into the PokemonGO. We're going to go into the settings. We're going to go down to the Pokeball Plus. Now, this is the method that I use, which is I'm going to tap once, I'm going to hit the pair. Now, once I do that, I am going to do a method of tap twice, wait for a second, tap twice, wait for a second, tap twice, and repeat that over and over. Eventually, the Pokeball will start to buzz at you. Once it starts buzzing at you, keep repeating the steps. The buzz normally means that it has found the connection, but you still want to keep pressing it. I found it helps. So here we go. Pressed it once, connecting, 1, 2, wait, 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 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now it's buzzing at me. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, now if it did not connect, that means that most likely what happened was you got disconnected from the actual Bluetooth itself. So we're going to eject the Pokeball. This can happen. So it's not a bad thing that it happened. Now I can show you what to do. If this happens to you, go ahead and minimize. Go back to your settings. In your settings, you'll notice that you're not paired anymore. You need to make sure you pair your device again. Once it's paired, you'll notice that it's connected as an input device, but you still can't use it. It buzzes at you, and it doesn't make a thing, or it doesn't make the lights. So we're going to switch this off again, and now I can use it. So now we're going to go back out. We're going to go into the PokemonGO. We're going to go back into settings. We're going to go back down into Pokeball Plus. We're going to tap once, connect, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's buzzing. And connected. Now, let's just go ahead and say that for some reason it disconnects. We're going to tap to simulate this, we're going to tap the button on the top here just to disconnect it. Now if I try and reconnect it and then hit the button, it says connecting to Pokeball Plus. I'll tap it again just twice just to see maybe. And failed to connect to device. So this is again in the case that you were out and for some reason it just did not, it timed out on you and now it's not connecting, not responding. So then you're going to go back into settings. You're going to go down, you're going to make sure that you always eject your Pokeball. Now again, you do not have to exit out, you can just minimize. Now if you go back into your settings, you will see that you need to scan, and now it's back to its audio device. You need to pair it again. Now, if you wait a couple seconds, the program should automatically change it to an input device. Now you can see I still can't click it because I still haven't turned off the switch. So I gotta go in here, turn off the switch. Now it's usable. Now I can go back into my Pokemon, go into settings, go down into Pokeball Plus, hit it once, connect, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, buzzing, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and connected. No need to hit the reset button anymore. You can save all your data and still use your Pokeball. This is all you have to do. Now, there is another problem that does happen. Sometimes, while doing this method and while going through this, you can have the problem that it will do a weird kind of style connect. Now I'll see if I can get it to show up. If I can't, I'll try and describe it to you. So we're going to try and just connect. It's probably going to fail on us. And that's okay because I just want to demonstrate this. Now, what I'm going to try and describe is that at some point in time, you may run into you trying to pair the Pokeball to your settings, Bluetooth, in your phone, and it'll just get stuck saying pairing, 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 and switch on and off and on and off and on and off, but never actually pair. It'll just keep trying to pair, and it'll get stuck. And it'll keep doing that repeatedly, and it won't pair for you. Okay, now let's see if I can get it to show up here, because it sometimes doesn't when you do this process. You hit the button here, and it says trying to connect. Let's see if I can get it to show up. Because in here sometimes it'll say pairing. Connecting. Okay, I guess it's not going to show up. But if you get into it and it starts saying pairing, 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 and it won't let you pair, you need to reset the connectivity settings on your Pokeball, which you do by holding down the buttons for 5 seconds until it shows the battery. You press once till it goes to blue. That's your connection settings. You hold down for 5 seconds. until the blue light goes away. That resets your connection settings. Now go ahead and go back and redo the entire process where you connect via the Bluetooth settings. In your phone, connection, Bluetooth. Then you hit the button to sync. See there, that right there. That's what happens. When that happens, make sure that you turn off your Bluetooth, you turn it on, make sure that you reset your Pokeball. Go to blue setting, hold down for 5 seconds. That should reset the Pokeball for its Bluetooth. Now go ahead and scan. Now you should be able to pair and pair. Now you go ahead and do what you need to do with the program. It should automatically pick it up. If it doesn't automatically pick it up, make sure that you pair, and then you go into that program again, and then hit connect to initiate connection procedure. And then once that's done, you'll know if it worked if you went back into your settings and it says connected as input device. Now mine again won't do anything if it isn't, so you gotta go in and you gotta turn this off, and now once you see that, you're good to go back into your Pokemon Go. Oh, but I didn't get rid of the Pokeball first, so you gotta do that, so I messed up there. It might still work, but normally you want to make sure you get rid of your Pokeball first. Okay, sorry for that interruption. My laptop ran out of battery. Had to go get a charger for it. There's one of the things I told you. You go back into it and you should be able to reconnect. I kind of got stopped short there. What I was saying before is that I left. You can see over here that I left the Pokeball still attached where I went to go do everything. That's a no-no. Obviously, as I kept telling you earlier in the video, you always want to make sure that you eject that Pokeball Plus before you do any of the setup with your Bluetooth. So that when you come in here, it's fresh and ready to go. Now, if for some reason you do go through all the steps, and you've done this, say, a couple times during the day, and all of a sudden the steps stop working for you completely, and it won't connect at all. At that point, you need to shut down your Pokemon Go completely. So you need to go in, you need to make sure you eject the Pokeball, you exit out of Pokemon Go completely. Okay, you go into your settings, you make sure that in your connections on your Bluetooth that you are not connected to the device at all, that you are unpaired and it is gone. You want to make sure that you go ahead and try and connect again. Go into here and make sure that you can pair, and then it does show up as the proper device, which is just this media device here. See, and now that other one kicked in there, which is good for us. So what we're going to do for right now is we're just going to do it one more time just to get it all in here and show you how this works. Since it's in there, we're going to go ahead and go Pokemon Go and see if we can get this to work. So I can show you guys right from the get-go. Okay, and we are in, so we're going to go ahead and minimize it. We're going to go to our settings. We're going to go to connections, Bluetooth. We're going to pair. There it is, pairing. Okay, now if the program kicks in, it should change it automatically. If it doesn't, go to the auto and hit connect at the top. Ours did it automatically. You can see mine doesn't do anything because it's an audio device. We're going to go in here and we're going to turn that off. So then we're going to go to our Pokemon. Go into here, Pokeball Plus. Hit it once. Connecting. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's buzzing. 1, 2, 1, 2, and connected. I hope this helps somebody out there. I was pretty frustrated with all the YouTube videos telling me to hit the reset button. I'd have to carry a paper clip around with me or a pen around with me and lose all my information and all that stuff. I hope that this will at least help somebody. I don't do much of YouTube channels or anything like that. This is just something that I found worked for me. So I hope that maybe you can rig it to work for you in your phones, and good luck out there. Have a good one.